is Financial Literacy Month.
And joining us is Keith O'Neill, CEO at Johns Hopkins Federal Credit Union. He's here to talk to us about a solid financial education at any age. And Keith, thank you so much. We were just talking about this in the break.
Yeah.
It really should be something that's more mandated at a young age, huh?
Yeah, I really think so. And I thank you very much for having me here. I get really excited. This is like our time, right? This is in terms of the NFL and the Super Bowl. Financial literacy is the time for us. So I love talking about this.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so talk to us about, well, first of all, what is financial literacy for those not aware?
Yeah. Financial literacy, or I like to talk about financial education, is really about getting those foundations, a budget, a plan, understanding what your overall situation looks like, whether it be from credit reports or other components of your financial life. It's really just understanding those foundations.
Okay. This is a time of year, kids graduating from high school, college, they get jobs, they get money, but they don't necessarily know how to budget it or balance it. What is the first step in trying to teach people?
I think the first step really is allowing yourself to reward, because a lot of times we talk about restricting. It's budgeting, it's financial planning, it's all of these components. But the first thing you need to do is understand, how do you reward yourself in a reasonable way? And then you can build a budget around all of those components, because if you really restrict yourself, you're going to have a difficult time sticking to any kind of a plan. And then you need to build small habits over time.
You. And what are some of those foundational elements of finance money that people should start understanding at a young age?
Sure. Everyone talks about credit reports, and I think it's critical because that's the way a lot of debt and other situations, whether it be renting and other situations in your life happen. But that budget is really good, and it's not just about building that structure. It's about building an awareness of what you're doing, what's going in and out of your accounts every single day. What do you spend on a regular basis? Kids these days, with all the various tools, they have an opportunity. Money moves fast these days. It's not like the days where had dollar bills and change and whatnot. So you have to allow them to get some visibility into what that really is.
And then from a parental standpoint, how do parents kind of guide the kids? What can parents do to try to get the foundation laid and reinforce it?
Yeah. I think it's building small habits, but another piece of that is really making sure that you model good behavior. So if a parent is saving just a small amount of money on a regular basis and is communicating with a child, if you talk about some challenges that are going on for you, so that's like, hey, you know what? I can't really afford this thing right now, and the reason why I can't do that is because it's not in our budget. Those are really great conversations to begin establishing. And then there's also just, getting them established with accounts and understanding the banking system and the way the credit unions operate so that you can build those good financial habits.
And what about adults who feel like they don't have as strong a grasp on all these things as maybe they might want to?
I'll say we work with a lot of folks, and a lot of people feel uncomfortable not knowing. And that's the first thing, is you have to let go of some of that, because I got to tell you, there's a lot of people out there who struggle with basic financial concepts. So we're not alone in those conversations. So with an adult, it's really going in and talking to a financial coach or your financial planner and sitting down. Like at Johns Hopkins Federal Credit Union, we do financial coaching. There's also in Baltimore a financial empowerment clinic. You heard about the mayor and all the good things that are happening in Baltimore. The Financial Empowerment Center is another great place to get information about what's happening.
Okay. And just finally, how do folks find out more information about you if they want to talk to you about Johns Hopkins Credit Union?
Sure. jhfcu.org is where we are. Johns Hopkins Federal Credit Union. You can Google us and specifically go ahead and put in financial coaching, because we're really passionate about that and we'd love to help you.
Sounds good. And don't be afraid to ask the questions. Don't be embarrassed to ask the questions.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Keith, thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.